Around 2:30 a.m. on 13th of March, Moon will enter Scorpio zodiac sign, the zodiac sign of its debilitation. You will also see that when Moon enters Scorpio, it encounters Mars, which is about to leave Taurus zodiac sign, which is right in front of Scorpio, in next few hours. Which means this is the time when your energies will concentrate towards impossible situations. Your energies will concentrate towards digging the secrets out, focusing on the impossible task. So it's a very good time to, put your mind and put your energy into things that are difficult, that are impossible to achieve, maybe some problematic areas of your life where you want to now move your attention. This is the time when you are facing your fear and you are fighting for the right justice, fighting for the right cause. But then you also have to understand your enemy, because Moon will also experience Rahu and Venus in the 6th house. It is a time which is difficult for marriage and relationships, especially if you are running a Scorpio Chardasha, Mars Mahadasha or Mars Antardasha, Moon Mars combination. If you have an afflicted Moon or if you are a Scorpio Moon, then the 7th house gets impacted, and this can create separation, breakups, or problems in marriage. So if you're already having a problematic married life, be careful, be more humble, be more accommodating, and don't dominate. And if you think that you are about to talk to your partner about some sensitive issue, then avoid these 2 to 3 days from 13th to 15th. Because see, this is also the time when you will see that mind will be having this Mrigashira effect, because the Lord of Scorpio, Mars, is in Mrigashira Nakshatra. And when Moon have this Mrigashira effect, your mind will be all over the place. So it is better to focus on securities, it is better to focus on hidden enemies, it is better to focus on your taxation, it is better to focus on multitasking, because multitasking will be the theme of this transit. Although the debilitated Moon might produce irritating results towards the end, that means towards the early morning of 15th for India, and it will be, I think, the night or the evening of 14th in the West. But you also have to understand that Scorpio is not an enemy of the Moon. It's just that the mind doesn't want to be there, right? And when the Lord of Scorpio also goes 8th from the Moon, it irritates the mind. It means you are moving, say for an example, you have a cell phone and there is a guide on the other side of the phone who is guiding you your way out, and you go in the dark, you are totally relying on that cell phone, and suddenly the signal goes away. Or say you are driving in an unknown territory, you are completely relying on your GPS signal, and suddenly the GPS signal is lost. Now what will you do? So you have to face the inevitable, and in your career, in your situation of life, fearing is not an option. And yes, if you are facing any mental issue, if you are facing depression, anxiety, then you will have to open your heart and talk to people whom you can trust. Because if you hold this data within your mind, then this might irritate you and frustrate you. This is also the time when you have to completely surrender yourself in the feet of Bhagwan Krishna and just chant Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare for the next 2 days. And allow your mind, because you can't stop your mind, so allow your mind to wander and explore and run, but in Vaikuntha, in the place of Krishna, so that your mind is only experiencing the dynamic activities of spirituality. Also, reading Bhagavad Gita during this time will be very helpful, because you will get your answers from the teachings of Mahabharata and Gita. Reading Ramayana, Sundarkand part done during this time will be exceptionally good for people who are experiencing mental issues, or if you are mentally tensed during this time. So you will have to take this transit with a pinch of salt. Yes, Jupiter aspects this Moon, which is good, but then you also have to understand that now 7th house from the Moon is in Pakkartari because of the presence of Rahu in Aries and Mars in Gemini. Because Mars in 8th house for Scorpio is not a positive placement. What it means is termination of one thing and beginning of the other. It means that enough is enough, and let me put my hand into the problem and solve it for once, but then whether that attitude will work for you or not will depend on your birth chart. If your Mars is positive and if your intent is right, it will work. Otherwise, it may further spoil. So better to analyze the situation and judge the consequence before you take that action. And if you're not sure, wait it out, let Moon go to Sagittarius, and then things will change. If you have watched this video till now, please like if you like the video, subscribe and share the video among family and friends. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, namaste.